So you might be asking yourself, why are we starting here? Well, hang on a minute. We're starting here just to kind of show that I do play this game. I'll show you another screen before I start talking about the reason for the talking. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with the one knockout over there. So you can see 605 hours spent topside. I've got time in this game akin to people that get paid to play this game for entertainment. So I'm right up there with people who play. I'm slightly above average as far as my time. Now, the reason for the video has to do with something else on this page. We're 11 days out. We still don't have the requirements for Expedition 3. We are less than 2 weeks out and we don't have it. Now, the first time it was brand new, the game had just released, it was the first of its type. Coming up with the 5 million total that was needed in such a short time frame wasn't easy, but the true players, the ones that have more time, your above average dad gamers, we do what dad gamers do. We watch videos, create strategies, do routes, plan, and then repeat. We grind. Dad gamers grind. Like, we grew up on games that didn't get updates. If it was broken, you played it broken. You know, we're the type of gamers that had JRPGs where we just would run in the grasslands and level up our characters to an extreme amount before we progressed the story so that we would just kick everything's ass. So we found a way to get that 5 million, to get our 5 skill points. The second time came around, and true to what happened with the first one, it was close to the expedition window where we got the details of what the requirements was going to be. And they said, okay, 3 million this time, plus X amount for every point that you missed because we didn't get it out quick enough, you know, the catch-up points. In the interest of fairness, so that people who didn't have the time to grind that exorbitant amount of money, that initial 5 mil, you could catch up and be on par with the other people who did the expedition. So that's 2 times in a row. We're right towards it. We didn't get the official requirements of what they needed us to do to get our skill points. Here we are, Expedition 3, 11 days out before the window opens, and we still don't know what they are going to require of us. This is a pattern. You know, I don't know what you want to call it. Call it laziness, indecisiveness, whatever buzzword you want to throw at it. But this is a pattern that they don't know what they want to do. And they don't figure it out until the last minute, or they can't figure out how they're going to present it to us in a timely manner. To me, that is one of the biggest issues that I currently have with this game. Yeah, you could make the argument, you know, that free kits are an issue because they go in and kill people with kits. Whatever. I deal with it, you deal with it. If you're going to keep playing this game, come to terms that you're going to lose gear. It's frustrating, it's irritating, You're never going to get a PvE only mode. So the threat is always going to be there. So if you're going to keep playing this game, like I'm going to keep playing this game, come to the terms that you are going to lose gear, either by your own stupidity or a mic-less rat that sneaks up behind you with a level 1 Stitcher. Now that we've got that out of the way, the bigger issue that I see is that they are consistently not giving us the details that we need to be able to get our 5 skill points, and we don't know if it's going to continue indefinitely. They said the skill points are only going to carry on for so long, that they never intended for us to fill out the entire skill tree. So what that tells me, as one of the few people in existence that has common sense, every single expedition window we are not going to get the details of what they want from us and what we are going to get from the expedition until the last possible minute. And your extreme casual is not going to be able to do the expedition. I mean, I can also make the argument that even trials at this point are not there for your extreme casual. Like, I am making this video on the 16th. I still have zeros. You know, work's been hectic, life's been busy. I've been killed. So I have an extremely low score. I'm sure there are people out there that have a lower score than I do right now. Heck, I mean, even this leaderboard will show people with a lower score than I have. But if I drop out, I'm sure that's not the real one. If I drop out a hot shot, I don't care. I got another week to rebound. I can get back into hot shot if next week's are decent. But the point that I'm making here is, how often or how long are we going to let it slide that we're not getting the details on this key aspect of the game? Like, are they going to keep pushing those requirements? Because, yes, we generally have time once the window is open to say yay or nay, are we going to do it? So it does give you a tiny bit of grind time. But they also have to remember, you released the game in October. You did your first window in the winter season when people aren't as busy. Your next one, still kind of winter. Now here we are, third expedition, you're in spring. Your fourth expedition is going to be in summer. People take family vacations, kids are out of school, life gets way busier. And you're going to keep giving us what you want from us at the last possible second to give us really no time to prepare. Like, let's say, case in point, if they decided for this third expedition that it's not about stash and cash value, but we needed to put X amount as a community or as a solo player into yet another canister. Like, if, let's say, they decided, well, everyone in the entire game has to come up with like 44 matriarch reactors in order to get 5 skill points, or a combination of matriarch reactors, surge coils, like different categories. Like, oh, okay, you need 100 of these, 100 of those, and you need 75 blueprints put into this new canister. I ain't got 75. You can give me some time, I can grind, I can come up with the difference. But not everybody can come up with it. You know, there's a lack of transparency, because I think at the end of the day, they still don't know what direction they want to go with this game. They've admitted they didn't expect it to blow up this much. They didn't expect it to have the type of interactions that we would have in this game. You know, people coming up, talking, working together. They didn't expect that. That the general public was a whole lot nicer than they were playtesting it. So you have a group that has one mentality and you have the community playing it that has another, and they don't quite merge. So they don't know what they can present to us that we're going to find acceptable. But our bottom line is we need this information sooner than right before the expedition, or days before the expedition window opens. We need better results on what you're doing with the hackers, which I understand you can't put too much out there because they'll find ways around it. You know, there's bugs that are in this game that shouldn't exist. You know, every week it seems like there's a new duplication glitch. Hell, the cosmetic I'm rocking, I couldn't have the helmet on because it would glitch out for other players. It does appear that that's fixed, but the reload and shoot glitch isn't fixed. Your server issues are still not fixed. So you're not transparent on the key issues that affect every player. Like, I play during the daytime normally, and when I see lag spikes and server issues, the symbols pop up on the right side of my screen. It tells me you're not fixing it. You might be fixing it for like console players, but decent end computer players in the middle of nowhere, I'm still getting shitty servers, which does cause deaths. That is a pain point. So I mean, I'm gonna sum it up and stop rambling. My current pain points in this game, and you can tell me whether or not I'm wrong. Not knowing the details of the expedition because you change it every time so far until it is right there. Server issues, bugs. Those are my 3 pain points with this game that currently make it so that I don't want to play. I've got plenty I could do. You know, I've got the trials to grind for like I do every week. But aside from being busy at work, busy with my personal life, you know, it's getting to the tail end of the school year. Things are getting a little bit busier. I don't have as much free time to just drop everything and play for 8 hours straight. And I'm out there thinking other dad gamers like myself also don't have the ability to be like, all right, I'm sorry, honey, you're going to have to take little Billy to soccer practice. Our graders wants me to come up with $20 million and 15,000 springs. You know, we just don't have that free time. It's just not possible. But if you give us the information a couple weeks before this expedition window, like, I'm not asking anything extreme. Like, if you were to go 2 weeks out, like at that 14-day mark before the window opens, give us the details. That gives guys like me and guys that don't have the free time 14 days to try and plan to make sure they've got it. Like, I still try to get that initial 5 million because I don't know what they're going to do. So, you know, I would love to see it within 14 days just to be consistent from here on out, which, given the track record, I don't think they will do. And every time they say a bug has been fixed, it pops up in another form, or there's a new way for that bug or glitch to take place. I mean, heck, for a little bit, I'd be hunting fireballs, and the fireballs would be spawning in the ceilings or in the walls. Or I'd be on Stella, and next thing I know, there's a wasp in the ceiling targeting me, and I'm seeing the cone come down through the ceiling and watching it shoot at me. But it can't hit me because it spawned in the ceiling for whatever strange reason. Like, there's little tiny bugs in this game that with proper play testing wouldn't reach the general public. Like, I don't know if you're so focused on making sure you're pumping out that content to try and keep us active that you're not testing any of this stuff in-house, or your playtesters are just skimming over it and saying, yeah, it looks good to me, and out the door it goes. You know, I don't know where you're at, and at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm Joe Consumer. I bought a product. I expect to be able to have fun with it. I expect to be able to enjoy it. And when it comes to something like this, a life service game, I really expect my updates to come with information slightly in advance. I don't think a 2-week window is extreme. You know, I think it's pretty respectable. I think it's pretty easy to do because you have weeks and months after the expedition to be like, okay, how did this work? How did this affect the player base? You track every single thing we do. You track every step we take, the items we touch, whether we loot a body, whether we pick up a rock. You see every little thing we do. You have all of that data. So you can't tell me that you don't have enough information at your at your fingertips. You just might not have enough time and people to go through that information. Now, if anybody watching this says there's no way they know all that, look at your after action report. Look at the map. The dotted line is the path you took while you were alive in that raid. How do you think they tracked down the people doing the duplicating ducks glitch? And all the people that benefited from selling them and hoarding them. They can see and track everything we do. So, I'll leave it there. If I'm wrong, by all means tell me I'm wrong. I really do not think I am. You know, but I would love to see just a little bit more information a little bit sooner than now. I'm pretty irritated that we are 11 days out, and I still don't know if I have enough done to do this expedition and get 5 more skill points. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing it for. I don't care about the stash space. You know, sure, a couple extra stash space just means we fill it up a little bit more. You know, that we hold on to more stuff that we don't need. Or, you know, stuff we think we're going to need. You know, as you can see, I have plenty here. So, stash space, not a big deal to me because I will die, I will lose it, I will refill it. That's how these games work. The skill points is what I care about. Refinding the blueprints, not a big deal. I will find them. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I play this game. I play this game a lot. I find blueprints. I will find them. I'll find them for my friends. I'll find them for me. They, in turn, will do the same to me. That's what friends do. You know, if we look all the way down. Let's do this. It's easier. I have blueprints. And I really don't have a shortage of people. I could drop these 2 to hold on to me, to drop back to me. But right now, I'm not so sure the expedition is going to be worth it. These little bonuses don't benefit me any. The extra XP to get back to level 75 does not benefit me any. The repair buff, I am noticing finally, because it does seem like it works better. But at the end of the day, I might not do this expedition just because I don't know what they want from me and exactly what I'm going to get outside of those 5 skill points, and for how much longer I'm going to get those 5 skill points. I also don't know if this is going to change. Maybe there's going to be 3 stars in here to show that I've done my 3rd expedition. That even is not worth it. Wiping and losing everything to have to go through all 90 plus quests again, find all the blueprints again. Given that it's my choice as to whether or not I do it, I need this information sooner rather than later to make that informed decision as to whether or not I want to wipe, unless you're gonna hit us with everybody wipes. And only people who hit certain requirements get skill points. But like I said, that's where I stand on it. If you think I'm wrong on any bit of it, let me know. Catch you later.